YouTube, what is up? It's Neil Goodfella Neil here with yet another sneaker talk, and mine's it's just kind of really I haven't really posted no talk video in a while, and the thing is, like, you know me, like I don't like to get on here and just like talk about nothing or whatever. So I actually want to think about, at least have a topic in my head and then just kind of freestyle from there about where stuff is. Now this is probably like a topic I kind of somewhat touched up on, or I said a few, had a few words about probably in other topics like sneaker resellers and all this stuff. But today's topic is really like, is Jordan Retros dead? I mean, it's only but so far you can go. It's only like really like 13 main models for the most part. It's no diss to the Jordan brand, the legacy, the culture, or him as an athlete. It's just this whole pumping out this too soon, too many sneakers too soon. And also would like to bring up too, like also like with like customizing like kicks and stuff, like colors and stuff. I think they also water down the shoe as well. All these colors is basically like for the whole like Jordan Retros. Outside of the OG colorways, it's very little Retro Plus colorways that's actually good. And I know that people can always combat what I'm saying because a matter of opinion. Maybe somebody did cop the Dunk from Above low top fives or something like that, or the teal green fours from a few years ago. But then you had something like the Jordan 8, which is really too much not. I don't think it's too many people's favorite model, but the colorway with the sequoia green and the olive green, that was a hitter. That was definitely a hit. Those look clean, but it just really didn't. I just didn't really want to pick them up, man, for like 190. I mean, I just don't feel that they're worth that. Now it's all my opinion and stuff like that. Some other guys probably different. But like, hey man, you better pick these up now for they try to crack you on the head for 225, 250 for them or whatever. And that's true to a certain extent. But I still believe that this whole Jordan thing is like, it's just about to it's slowly still declining. Like, why? You're probably asking, well, why do I think that? I mean, number one, the prices is still 190 plus, and they still dropping every week or every 2 weeks or something like that. And I do like the fact that they're bringing out the OG colorways. So they kind of, before everybody get crazy with buying the OG colorways up and reselling and all that stuff, I kind of like the fact that they are buffering out some of these Jordan Retro Plus colorway duds to like throw off resellers or whatever, because like you don't know what's really going to be a hit. A Retro Plus colorway can be a hit and the OG colorway can sit. Same thing happened with the True Blue 3s and Metallic 5s. Now we can argue, yeah, basically the price really did that, shot itself in the foot with the price with all that. And I believe that's true for the most part, at least 80 to 90% of it, because the colorways aren't bad and they also OGs, and their colorways is definitely worth picking up. But the colorways that's still coming out, I think eventually all this stuff gonna wear thin. I feel like they're wearing a legacy thin as far as the shoes go, by putting out all these colorways. So I don't know, man. I mean, I can't really say too much more. I mean, again, there's no diss to the brand or the man himself, but I'm just calling it how I see it, man. And I ain't trying to be greedy like, hey, don't put out no more J's for like 5 years. Best believe, you can still put out some kicks or whatever, put out some J's, especially the OG ones. But there's rapid rate of just like any kind of colorway, and then I don't know, and then they kind of make a storyline up with it. Something, for a good example, what really prompted me to make this video was like the Black Cat 13s. Now they almost look similar to the Altitude 13s. The Altitude 13s look better. I wish they would just drop his PE version that he actually wore on court, which is all black, just like the Altitude 13s. Almost look similar to the Black Hat 13s, but they just have like a red bottom on it. They never really released those. It's like you really got to be looking up close. They got it on some pictures. Be lucky if you can find a few pictures, 1 or 2 pictures that's floating on the internet. One of the things that I really don't care for on the Black Hat 13s, it's no diss, to the Jordan 13. It's the fact that they the 3M is cool, but the fact and the throwback box is cool too. That shiny part on the midsole, I really don't too much care for. Like that shiny black, it probably would look a little bit better if it was like a matted black and they priced it at like $150 or something like that, or something like, you know. But I mean, if out of the 13s that I'm picking up this year, since it's basically more OG based, the playoff 13s trump the Black Panther 13s. Like, dude, like for real, like he wore them himself, and that shoe has a lot more legacy and history behind it versus just this retro plus colorway. And it's just crazy seeing other YouTubers go crazy over it. Now, to each his own or whatever, you know, like whatever. I know certain people want to see on foots or whatever with the shoe before they go and buy it or whatever. It's just crazy because as a YouTuber, you kind of get, especially like bigger ones or whatever, I guess, if you know them for like reviewing Jordans, you kind of get put on the chopping block because it's like you want to please the people that's watching the video, so you go and spend whatever. But again, I'm just slowly sitting here just enjoying this, just watching this decline and all that stuff. That's why I really stress going out to like different brands and stuff like that. Even when you do go out to different brands, I see customizing the sneaker is starting to get like real popular. Like you could just go on a website, like Nike been customizing these forever, and I feel like that's kind of still hurting the legacy of the Huarache. Now I understand, okay, I give y'all a break, you know, y'all customizing it, okay, for maybe like have it the customization for Huarache available for like 6 months or something like that. I get that, but for it to be like a thing where like you could customize it for almost damn near like 2 years plus or something like that, it's kind of really bogus and crazy to me. But I mean, I don't know, maybe that's me caring about the shoe a little too much. Maybe they looking at it as like, oh well, people get to make it special for somebody on their birthday or something like that, and they could just make a like a crazy color that nobody never seen before or something. Maybe it's me, right? But still, I mean, you still get color. I feel like you're doing them, but just kind of like diluting the shoe a little bit. But you know, as time passes and all that stuff, it depends on how long and available they let the customizing go. I feel like as time goes on and stuff like that, and if they shut down the customizing aspect of customizing too many shoes, then eventually it'll just get washed away, and then it'll be about whichever colorways they make. Now, there's no knock to anybody that want to have their own creativity or whatever. Maybe all this shit is boring and y'all like, you know, maybe white, black, and purple is not enough or something like that. Some people need other stuff, you know, other colors to make it. Like they still haven't came out with like a red, black, and white one. And me myself, it's fun when you actually get on there and get the customizing and everything like that, and you get to see your work, like to see how it look like a 3D model. And I made like a Chicago Bulls colorway, and then I made like a cement bottom at one point, and where I had a black midsole, and it was crazy. Now those would look clean, but I don't know. But that's the point, you know what I mean? Like, I guess after you have fun with it, you know, them 2 or 3 times or whatever, because you know you do get charged more for customizing the kick versus just buying the color straight out from Nike. So I guess it's hit or miss, but more so importantly with like the Jordan, since it's a signature athlete or whatever, since this is not really tied to anybody, I guess you got more leeway or whatever. The Nike Cortez, those them shoes that you can just find for like $60 on accident, high end. But I've seen that you can also customize those as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think I went to the Reebok website. They also had a customization tab. I wouldn't be surprised if ASICS got one. I know New Balance had one like a year or 2 ago, so they still might have it. But you know, I know since signature athletes not too much tied to those models or whatever, okay, they get a little bit of a leeway. But this whole Jordan thing, I think, to me, you just watering down by putting out all these colors. They almost damn near they almost better off just making it just like, oh, just customize this 13 today, this Jordan 13, and just do it like that. Just, you know, then people just play all around and just, yeah, it'd just be all downhill from there. But I don't want to ramble on too much more. So my thing is just to wrap up this video is, Yes, I think there is definitely a decline of Jordans. There are also still other brands, other models up under Nike and stuff like that to actually look forward to and actually get. Hell, even Jordan brand, if you actually look hard enough, depends on if you like any other kind of models. Outside of the retro models under Jordan brand, some of the futures look pretty smooth. Maybe a boot or two, but I really got to go through and really like pick. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. People just a little still. That's crazy. Like still, even like, cause 2012 people Jordan crazy, but 5 years later, damn near people still kind of like Jordan crazy to the point where this damn thing is like a sinking ship. It's just like declining still. It's like it's kind of pointless to pay that much for like just like any kind of colorway. But also still at the end of the day, that make you think, should I cop this? Because a lot of people was just pulling the triggers in 2012 and 2013 at 150, 160, and then like they top, you know, they top regret lists or whatever. It'd probably be like this long. But thanks to Jordan Brand increasing that price, they regret list went probably a little bit smaller. But hey, man, y'all know what I do. This Nail Goodfella Nail. I got nothing but different kicks y'all really don't too much see all like that. Some kicks that's literally still in your mall and everything, clearance, all that stuff. I just show it or whatever and try to do my own foots with it, and you know, a few fits here and there and clothes or whatever. So it's like the slept on deals, like for example like the ASICs and all that stuff, like even lower G, you know, GR Nikes that's just sitting or whatever, and colorful, even some colorways that probably wasn't too desirable and stuff. So like for example like the black and forest green and gray Presto that I reviewed, which is my first Nike Air Presto, that actually looks pretty clean when it's actually on foot and stuff like that. At first I thought it was white where the neutral gray was, but I've come to like it a little bit more since that dark gray is on there. Number one, you don't really got to too much worry about the mud guard or the midsole getting all like muddied up and rained on and all that stuff and dirt and all that, but it actually looks real good with like black jeans preferably. Then you could go with that denim kind of like look and just do it like that. But expect those on foots. When I do get on my doing my on foots, y'all just gonna be seeing them. They're gonna be coming out like crazy, like boom, boom, boom. So yeah, enough of my rambling. This is my sneaker talk. This Nail Goodfella Nail. I am out for the last time. Peace.